Hello everyone and welcome back to my opinion. In this video, I'll be previewing the ICC T20 World Cup final between India and New Zealand. This match will be taking place in Ahmedabad. Let's get into this preview. As usual, I'll be starting off with the stats as per this venue. I'll be narrating the stats for international T20s and IPL matches from the previous year and explaining the differences between the two. Starting off with the international stats, 13 T20 guys have been played at this venue, and the numbers are as follows. Batting first has won 7 times, batting second has won 5 times. The average first innings score is 188, the average second innings score 158. Pace economy 9.06, spin economy 9.61, pace wickets 108, spin wickets 41. I've said this many times, in some venues, seamers have bowled more overs than the spinners, so it appears that they've picked more wickets. In this case, seamers have bowled many more overs, and that's the reason why they've picked many more wickets. Looking at the difference in economy rate, spinners have got a higher economy rate than the seamers in international T20s at this venue, but when I narrate the IPL stats from the previous year, it would show a different trend. Batting first, 1-7, batting second, 1-5. I'd still say when a team wins a toss, they've got to bat first at this venue. If you look at the last 2 matches, South Africa scored 187, batting first. India bowled out for 111. Then West Indies scoring 176, South Africa chasing down 177. So I feel the team bats first and they score 200. They've got a big chance to win this match provided they bowl well. So let's see on that. And now looking at the IPL stats, in spite of a 216 average first innings score in the previous season, the spinners have got a better economy rate than the seamers, so I would say spinners can still be a factor to win the match at this venue, where if they bowl economically, especially the finger spinners at this venue, that will aid your cause to win. So I'd say if you win the toss, bat first, get 200, and you've got a good chance to win. So now looking at the playing 11s for India, I'd said this 11 in my previous match, I'll say this again. Sanju Samson, Tilak Verma, Ishan Kishan, Suryakumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya, Rinku Singh, Akshar Patel, Arshdeep Singh, Jaseed Bumrah, Kuldeep Yadav, Mohammad Siraj. They may go with an unchanged 11. I wouldn't do that because I'm not playing Abhishek Sharma in this match because of the way he has been dismissed. Not that he's out of form. I don't think he's out of form. There are 2 things. One, Ravichandran Ashwin on his channel said that he doesn't have shots against the spinners on the leg side, and we've seen him being dismissed in that fashion. But I also think teams are bringing on the off spinner, knowing that he would try and attack them early on, and he has been dismissed doing that. So I think it's also an ego factor. And that's why he's not out of form. I don't think he's out of form. I wouldn't play him because of the way he's being dismissed. I think Tilak Verma, I've said the 2 venues with team movement would be the Wankhede Stadium and Ahmedabad. And Tilak Verma has got the technical soundness to open. If they bring on Cole McConkey in this case, we got Sanju Samson and the technically sound Tilak Verma, who most likely would not look to play an expansive shot straight away. We've seen him do that a few times, but I think in this case he may not do that. I feel India would not need to be perturbed if he didn't bring the off spinner on. It's more so about playing to the ego. And the second change being Varun Chakravarti, you've seen the confidence that he possessed before the start of this tournament. I feel it's progressively been ruined by the way he's been used. There are 2 things. I feel he's been brought on the last throw of the power play often, where in certain venues spinners shouldn't bowl in the power play. And I've said if they had to bowl, if they felt they had to bowl a spinner on the power play, if they wanted to, it should have been Akshar Patel rather than Varun Chakravarti. The 6th over that he's bowled has gone for a minimum of 11 runs, and that's why he's bowled defensively. He's gone for a minimum of 40 runs in his 4 overs. R. Ashwin on his channel said that against left-handers, rather than bowling from over the wicket, he bowls from around the wicket, doesn't get as much deviation. And I think it's a combination of these 2 things. That's why the confidence has been reduced. Because of that, I feel Kuldeep Yadav should play. And I've played Mohammad Siraj ahead of Shivam Dube because, I'll say this again, in a batting friendly, a high scoring venue, number 8 for India, Akshar Patel, the previous match scored 2 of 2. Number 8 is not getting batting, so it'd rather prioritize your bowling. There are only 2 ways New Zealand can look to win this match, according to me. First of all, the openers do what they did against South Africa in the semi-final. And in that case, I feel the only way that India can let them into the match would be if they understock their bowling resources. And if you got the fifth bowler, Hardik Pandya, who, when he hits a length, he bowls well. But when he bowls defensively and bowls slow balls, he goes. Ranjit Dubey has gone for 20 and over. So I feel that the fifth bowler should be fortified. The fifth and sixth bowler should be fortified. So with the way they can use Bumrah, if you play Siraj, you can play Arshdeep Singh, Mohammad Siraj, Hardik Pandya to bowl in the power play, and then Bumrah one over if needed. But I feel preferably if you don't have to use Bumrah in the power play, you've got Akshar Patel, Jasprit Bumrah, Kuldeep Yadav in the middle, you increase the fortitude. And that's what I do to make sure India gives themselves the best chance to dismiss the New Zealand openers early. And then Matt Henry was a new ball. I feel Tilak Verma is technically sound. Sanju Samson has been playing well. Ishan Kishan, Suryakumar not so technically sound. They'll look to play aggressively, especially Ishan Kishan. But I feel with the confidence of Sanju Samson, the technical soundness of Tilak Verma, they'd still be able to get through that probably phase. They only need 2 phases. So according to me, India should play this 11, and if Suryakumar wins a toss, he has got to bat first. And now for New Zealand, this is how I'd go for them. Finn Allen, Tim Seifert, Darryl Mitchell, Rachin Ravindra, Glenn Phillips, Mark Chapman, Mitchell Santner, Cole McConkey, Lockie Ferguson, Jacob Duffy, Matt Henry. The previous match they played James Neesham. I felt if he bowled another over, South Africa would have got to under 90. The power hitting, as far as his batting is concerned, it's not where it once was. And his bowling, I feel at this venue, he'll go for a lot of runs. So I've brought in Jacob Duffy ahead of Carl Jamieson. Carl Jamieson can get some seam movement up front, but he's not quick and he'll struggle outside the power play. Jacob Duffy's not been in great form in the 3 matches he's played at this venue, but I don't think they have much of an option. So I've gone with Jacob Duffy to open with Matt Henry. Then you've got Lockie Ferguson. And I think this is the 11 they should go with, because if you're looking at strengthening the batting, some may say Mitchell Santner at 7. But according to me, Devon Conway, in terms of T20s, I feel he's got a bat swing issue, which is the reason why he's not got the power hitting for T20s. I've said this many times. And he's not going to get into this team, especially when you've got the openers playing as well as they are. And James Neesham is the only other batting option. So they've not got another option, according to me. This is the 11 they have to go with. They bat first, get 200. Matt Henry picks wickets up front. That'll be their best chance to win. So let's get into the edge when comparing how the teams face the conditions. Ahmedabad 45 for 1 in 6 overs. Which top 4 would get their team there? For India, Sanju Samson, Tilak Verma, Ishan Kishan, Suryakumar Yadav. For New Zealand, Finn Allen, Tim Seifert, Darryl Mitchell, and Rachin Ravindra. Sanju Samson has been playing well. Tilak Verma technically sound. Ishan Kishan not so technically sound. Suryakumar Yadav not so technically sound. For New Zealand, Finn Allen looks to go aggressively. Tim Seifert looks to go aggressively. Darryl Mitchell technically sound. Rachin Ravindra technically sound. So I feel New Zealand marginally have got the edge to get to 45 for 1 in 6 overs, but India have still got a decent chance of doing that. And from 6 to 20, you've got to score the maximum amount of runs possible. So for India, you've got Hardik Pandya, Rinku Singh, Akshar Patel. For New Zealand, Glenn Phillips, Mark Chapman, Mitchell Santner, Cole McConkey. I feel if you remove Glenn Phillips, India have got the power. New Zealand have got, you could say, slightly more batting depth in this case, but I don't think it'll be as impactful batting depth for the end overs. So I think India have got an edge there. And then the fast bowlers to pick wickets up front for India: Arshdeep Singh, Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Siraj, Hardik Pandya. And for New Zealand, Matt Henry, Jacob Duffy, Lockie Ferguson. In my view, Jacob Duffy has not been in great form in this T20 World Cup, and Lockie Ferguson bowls shorter lengths. I think the bowlers who bowl full get greater purchase in Ahmedabad, so India have got an edge in the fast playing resources in the power play. And then the spin edge, India have got the spin edge, so I feel India will go in with an edge in this match and see what happens. If you enjoy this video, subscribe, share with friends. This is my opinion. What's yours?